Hello team, it's Rich and it's Neil, and we're here to look at the Gunn Moore 2025 range. Come on, this is my favourite.
Oh
no! Officer Schnickles is in the building.
You're bowling quite well in 2025.
It's full value all the way up and down the bat.
Quite a fuller profile, I would say.
I've been to Specsavers recently, had the old eyes tested, and I think that was one of the things I had to look at.
I feel like I need to apologise to Ben Stokes.
Yes!
There we go.
Gonna suit a lot of drivers.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, I did it again.
Oh, this is nice.
Isn't this exciting? We're back and we've got Gunn Moore, and it just feels like cricket again, doesn't it? We've got two new ones and some old ones. What are our thoughts first up?
Well, we've got returning four on this side. We've got the Aion, the Brava, the Manna and the Diamond,
yes.
Which are in the range for 2024, still in the range for 2025.
Yeah.
Profile's very similar to last year, but cosmetically a good upgrade again,
It is,
which we'll come on to in a minute. And new for this year is the Verva and the Psyche coming into 2025.
Yes. So I like all of these. I mean, oh my goodness me, there's some incredibly colourful stickaways there. And as we go across, we just sort of start to talk to you about some of the different bits and pieces from all of the bats. Aion, where we probably ought to start, and the Brava, they are our they're Gunn Moore, should I say, two traditional blade lengths.
Yeah, so standard blade length, normal size handles.
Yes. And we'll just do just for comparison's sake, we've got the Manna, and as you can see next to it, there is your obvious difference. The Diamond, the Verva, and the Psyche are all coming in at that shorter blade length, and we're also looking at that longer handle. So very interesting, I think. As we're also in this little vicinity, we'll just start to look at some of the toe shapes that you're starting to get. So on the Psyche, you've got a slightly flatter toe, but with a little curve to it. Definitely much flatter toe on the Verva. Little bit more of a curve on the Diamond, flatter on the Manna, but with a little finish. And then you've got fairly similar with the Brava and the Aion. So again, it just sits on the ground a bit differently, and again, it's just how it feels in your hand.
Yeah. So from a profile point of view, I think the Aion starting here, should be able to see really nice high spine, quite a full profile, I'd say, wood everywhere. I really like the graphics upgrade. I think that from a sticker point of view, that looks really cool colours, but lots of wood, lots of bat. Brava.
Value for money there, I think, across the full range of the bat, and I think you'll see that across all of the whole Gunn Moore range. It's potentially the Manna has got more of a high spine, which is more for a bit of a lighter weight pickup feel. But yeah, Brava. Oh, Brava's one of my favourites, isn't it? Flatter face, lovely shape that suits my game, but we won't talk about that. We've got a long, full middle. Again, you've got lots of forgiveness on the back of the bat. And it's that flatter face that I particularly like, that I get on very well with.
I mean, you mentioned it just a second ago there, Rich, but with the Manna, you've got that slightly higher spine, slightly more cut away, probably lends itself more to a lighter pickup. Going to be probably a good transitional bat, the word you like to use. Those players going from their first, going into their first short handle bat, first adult bat, this is probably going to pick up really nicely for them. And then you're on to the classic Ben Stokes.
Well, yes, so we go the Diamond, isn't it? Which I think is a good middle of the road, balanced bat. You're just not going to go wrong. I feel like there's a lot more wood, sort of mid-swell to the higher section of the bat. It's really, really well balanced. Very similar for me in shape with the New Balance TC. And again, just because you've got a little bit more of a prominent spine, you get really good balance with that. Great graphics for Ben's tattoos. Obviously, we don't recommend getting tattoos, but if you wish, you can. But he has, and he's got them stickered on there, and that looks very, very cool. The old hex or pimply grip. The grippy grip we came up with once before. But yeah, again, a really good balance bat. Looking forward to having a little go with that one.
You mentioned grips there, actually, Rich, on the Diamond. All the other grips in the Gunn Moore range are quite flat, I would say.
They are.
Almost like your traditional chevrons or, yeah, just quite a flat grip. So you can't go too wrong. And if you don't like it, you can always change them.
Yeah, exactly. Then we go new ones, don't we?
Oh,
we go,
exciting.
Yes, we go Verva and we go the Psyche. I'll let you go Verva because the Psyche is just a bit too much for me in the morning, but I'll go with it.
Okay, so I've got the Gunn Moore Verva here, new for 2025, profile-wise, quite full, quite a little bit lower down actually compared to some of the range. I'd say front foot players are going to benefit from this. Lots of wood in the edges and the sides, good all round I would imagine, good all round bat. Gone for a bit of green in the stickers, in the colourways this year.
Nice, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's certainly a different colour. We don't see much green very often.
No, we don't, not in the Gunn Moore range.
So that probably stands out, I would say.
Not for a little while.
I think that's going to be a good bat. I don't think you can go too wrong with that. Lots of wood everywhere.
Reminds me a little bit of the short, maybe is that a shorter version of the Aion?
Well, potentially. Very similar sort of shape and profile, isn't it, when you compare them? In fact, virtually bang on the same, Rich. Good. That's a good spot by you. Shorter blade, like you say, and long handle.
Yeah.
So slightly different balance, maybe, in pickup.
And potentially just from talking about that, I thought possibly that we get with the Psyche and sticking to profile that we've got a little bit more wood, obviously lots of wood in the middle section of the bat, but potentially a little bit more the further up the bat you go here in the Psyche. But you can't, of course, go past the Psyche without talking about these colours. Oh my word. You could spend hours staring at that. I think I did when I went to Specsavers. They asked me to read all the letters in those. Crikey. They're super. You're going to love them or you're going to hate them.
Yeah, that is a Marmite. That is a Marmite design for sure.
It is, isn't it? It is. I mean, you know, the strangest thing is they can only go with a yellow grip. I think you could have gone lots of different colours, but they've tried to keep it sort of semi-neutral.
But is a Clash not the Clash?
That is true. I like it. Maybe it is the Clash. That's good. I like that. Well, looking forward to getting our hands on those, having a bit of a hit.
I think we should go head to the nets and give them a go.
Sounds good. Right, Neil, what have you got down there?
I've got the Aion. Let's see how she goes.
It's a familiar favourite, this one. I like it.
Oh.
Nice colours on that too, aren't there?
Oh, I'm not thinking about the colours. I'm trying to watch the ball winder.
Yes, lovely shapes. Oh, he's worked it into the legs. How's that feeling on the front foot?
Yeah, good. Interesting. First thing I noticed is it's quite a very, very flat grip. Not much texture to it. So that's when you're picking up. It's quite old school in terms of that. Profile, pretty good. Good high spine through the middle. Good thick edge. I'd say slightly higher profile. Probably going to suit back foot players. I'd be interested to see how this goes on the back foot. Yeah, I'd say the middle's slightly higher on this. Yeah, it's really nice. Good all-round bat. I think, you know, it's still in the range, obviously. It's obviously done quite well in 2024. Back around again in 2025. Colours are quite striking, quite vivid, quite like that. But yeah, real flat grip. Get used to a lot of texture in grips these days, but that's a very traditional grip. But batting-wise, yeah, good value. I think slightly higher middle. I think it's going to suit more back foot players, actually.
Interesting, like that. I've got the Aion. I wanted to get French there for some reason. I don't know why. Longer blade, this one, isn't it? Oh, my word. Very forgiving, bit higher up the bat. Oh, crikey. You said you felt a bit more off the back foot, didn't you? I can see why. Yes, Rich. Oh, come on. Lovely balance to it. Thinner handle. Yeah, that is interesting. I do like this. It's definitely forgiving and you can hit through that. Going to suit a lot of drivers, but then I feel that with a lot of Gunn Moore bats. They suit the up and down swing a lot.
Well, let's see how you go back foot.
Yeah, nice off the back foot, comfy. I think that's I've just played those and I feel very comfortable and I feel like I've got value from that higher middle with more wood at the top. Yeah, I think that's going to suit a lot of good players that play on good wickets because of the bounce. I think that's a nice bat. I do feel you could get through it. The grip, interesting because it's quite flat, isn't it? There's not a lot to it. Personally, I think I might change that. But the thinner handle and a little bit thicker-ish at the bottom. An interesting one. Come on, this is my favourite.
Well, I'll try not to disappoint you, Highness. This is the Brava. You've got to perform well. It's all in gold. This is top of the podium.
Keely Hodgkinson.
Oh,
no!
no.
Officer Schnickles is in the building.
Have you got a slip for a bat review?
No.
There we go. Get back in there. Get some
That's better.
confidence.
That's what we like to see.
Get
Make
some
his name.
confidence.
Yes, the middle has been found.
It's nice. This is standard blade length. There's only a couple in the GM range with standard blade lengths now, so very traditional shape. Plenty of wood, actually. Quite a fuller profile, I would say, all the way through the bat, from low down all the way to sort of high up. So I think probably going to suit most players, good all-round bat. I think off the back foot, probably going to play quite nicely too. Picks up nice.
Does, doesn't it?
Yeah, really good pickup. And you've got time just to get onto that back foot and pull them if you need to. So, but you also then get value, which I like. You liked this one last year, I think, didn't you, Hannah?
I'm a little bit like you with the Kookaburra Ghost.
I think that's going to suit a lot of people. The gold in livery is quite standout, it's quite striking. Again, quite a flat grip and slightly thinner at the top of the handle, I'd say.
Are you a fan?
I think I could work with it.
Oh, there used to be a TV show in the 80s and 90s, Juliet Bravo. And here she is, the Brava. Oh, absolutely outstanding. She's back. You're right about the gold. That is top of the podium, isn't it?
Comedy gold from you, Highness.
Well, you're very kind. Thank you. Lovely grip, lovely bat. Oh, I've nearly killed
right
myself.
Up. This is your bat of last year.
Oh, don't you worry, I still love it. Yes.
There we go.
Get through the covers. Oh, Rich, play straight. Yeah, it's still got my vote, I tell you. Oh, even when you get really full. It's full value all the way up and down the bat.
You like that, don't you? I mean, I think it probably comes across on camera that you're quite excited.
Oh, yeah. Should we go back foot just to remind myself?
You just want to keep batting with it, don't you?
Well, to be honest, I'd take this with me and run away. But the lads at Gunn Moore might get a bit upset. They might want it back. So I'm very sorry. Yeah, I think for my style of play, that really suits my game.
What sort of style is that?
Old, rubbish, traditional.
So what player is this really going to suit then?
This could suit anybody. It happens to suit me. But I think you could play front foot, back foot punches with this. I think you can pull with this. And I personally feel that's a really good shape for my game. I think it could suit a lot of people. But as we always say, you've got to go in the shop and pick them up and see how they feel for you.
Hi guys, we've got Jack with us. See the link in the description below for the Junior 2025 Gunn Moore bat review. Now back to the video. I've got the Diamond, the Ben Stokes. Not a lot has changed, but it's obviously still in the range for lots of reasons. Feels really nice, bit chunkier in the grip, bit thicker grip, and because of that, feels like it picks up light.
I always remember this one having a slightly higher spine and good balance.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a Yorker and a half. I have no idea where that's come from.
As I say, you're bowling quite well in 2025. Oh, no! And Castle.
I tell you what, I wish I could bowl that. That is a very decent delivery. It's gone dead straight and then at the last minute it's nipped in. Well bowled, Rich.
I feel like I need to apologise to Ben Stokes. I've not done him any justice whatsoever here. There we go. Look, as you'd expect in the Diamond, the Ben Stokes range, it pings really nicely. We did a big review on this in 2024. Not a lot's changed in terms of profile. Graphics very similar. Grip slightly bit bigger than the Brava probably. But overall, it's in the range for a reason. It's a decent bat. You're not going to go very wrong. Slightly shorter blade, longer handle. Get used to the balance and the pickup, but that's going to do the job.
I think so. I think that's a well-rounded bat and a really good one. Right, Diamond. Ben Stokes is a Diamond geezer. Thicker at the bottom, thicker grip, bit thinner at the top. Oh, nice balance. Dig out that Yorker, Rich. Oh, he's got me. Played on.
Neither of us are doing Ben Stokes proud here, are we?
Poor old Ben, he'll be most upset. That's better. No, I like the shape. I don't, personally, within this particular bat, I don't think there's a lot of wood. So for the shape and the power that you're hitting it, I think you don't get quite as much back. I do like it. I think it's a good shape. I think it's a nice bat. It's the slightly shorter blade, longer handle, which I think, again, does the transition for me is always a little bit tougher. I find I found that transition a lot harder. I find the Aion and the Brava a little bit easier because it's a longer blade. Maybe that's what I'm used to.
I guess it's standard blade.
It is standard blade, apologies, yeah, rather than, so that's shorter. Again, that's going to be a really good bat because people are going to really like it. Ben uses it, got a good shape to it. You're going to sweep, you're going to cut, you're going to do everything with it. It's a good bat, really.
I've got the Manor, Lord of the Manor Born. This is back in the range for 2025. Was here last year. Again, slightly shorter blade, longer handle. Balance is nice though. See how we get on. Oh, nice middle.
Sharp.
That was a little bit skewy, not quite out of the middle, but I didn't get quite, to be honest, I didn't get much value, but I didn't time it very well, to be fair, so.
Not deliberate again.
Tell you what, bowling this year's got better. I'd say higher spine, slightly cut away though this time. So less round, it's not a rounded profile, more cut away, so a little bit more shape to it. Probably that's why you get a reasonably good pickup and good balance, but enough wood behind the ball when you're playing. Back in the range again, it's obviously done quite well in 2024. Gonna suit a lot of players, probably picks up a bit lighter if anything.
Yeah, that's what I thought from last time round. And I think that's a great option for younger players, isn't it?
Yeah, anyone coming into their first short handle, it's going to pick up quite light.
I've got the made in Manchester, but it's terrible, really. It's just the Manor. Tonight, again, we liked this one last time. So this one has the lighter weight version, bit of a spine to it, so. And that was the other reason we liked it, because I think for both of us, wonderful touch players. Oh. We found we just had enough, just a little bit through it, a little bit of balance. Feels like there's a bit more weight in this bat, which is really nice. Slightly thicker grip and handle, possibly.
Oh, that's good.
That's come straight out the middle, but that's just nicely, that's a good bat and a well-balanced bat. And I think from that perspective, you'd be doing this, you'd be sweeping. I think you'd get good options. I think you'd struggle to bash it, but I do think you could play up and down technical cricket with it really well.
Stroke maker's bat?
Yeah, I think it is, isn't it? Maybe that's why it suits us.
Blinded by the lights here, Highness.
Come on then, what were you blinded by?
Well, I've got the Psyche. I mean, it's proper psychedelic in terms of its colour. I'm trying to look past that. Brand new 2025.
Oh, I've done it again. Shot.
Oh, that's nice.
That's a better one.
Yeah, that's
Now,
nice.
how's that feeling?
Well, I've not tried to hit that last one, and I've just timed it, and it's properly racing away that one to the boundary. And I think that's the thing. This is going to be a great bat. Really, really good all-round performance. Comes out of the bat nicely. It's that shorter blade, longer handle. It's got a standard almost, pretty standard grip, I'd say. But the pickup is where this wins, I think, and then the timing and the wood you've got is brilliant. Be interested to see how this one goes off the back foot, because it is new for 2025. I think what's going to help here is the balance and the pickup. Yeah, you feel like you're probably in control of it and you've got plenty of time. If you want to just get in behind it, you can. I'm sure if you want to probably get hold of one, you probably can do that too. I think this is pretty good. I think the bat's brilliant. I think it's going to be a bit Marmite in terms of the graphics. You're either going to love those or you're not.
I think you're liking the bat though.
But the bat's great. It's looking colourful down there, Highness. What are we looking at?
Well, I've been to Specsavers recently, had the old eyes tested, and I think that was one of the things I had to look at. Oh my word. Can you find a colour in that? Maybe it was my psychology exam that I got done for. Yeah, that is very, very funky. Oh, good inside edge. Bit forgiving though. Bit more forgiveness to it. Oh,
So, I think this one's psyching him out.
it is, isn't it? Maybe it's not my colour. Oh, that has done a bit.
The bowling's definitely improved in 2025.
We're in all sorts of trouble down here. Again, I think very forgiving across the bat face. I think that's a good up and down bat. A little bit less at the bottom of it. I think you're going to be all right on the back foot, so I better have a little look at that. And again, that is super. That's a really nice bat. Yeah, that shorter blade has made a big difference to that. I feel like I want to compare it a bit to the Aion, but the shorter version. Don't think that's too dissimilar.
No, I think you're probably right.
That is a good bat.
Right, Rich, I've got the Verva, new for 2025.
Ooh.
A little bit green in the graphics. Slightly shorter blade, longer handle.
Nice to see a bit of green back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I did it again.
Oh, this is nice.
Oh, good area.
Awful.
Well bowled, Rich.
There we go.
Is that one as forgiving?
I think this is more forgiving. That last one, I squirted it away through the covers. Wasn't a clean shot. The first two were great, middled it, full value. Although I didn't time that last one, got more behind it. Actually, probably gone through the inner ring, getting some runs. Let's see what it's like on the back foot. But I'm quite confident in this. I think even if I mistime it, I'm still gonna get some value.
Oh, the late cut.
Yeah, I think this is great. I think really good addition, good all-round profile, gonna suit most players. And it is forgiving. If you do mistime it, there's still enough wood behind the ball to get some runs. I think that's gonna be up there this year.
Higher middle or lower middle on that one?
I'd say it's pretty central. And then there's enough wood around that, which is probably why it's a bit forgiving. So I think as a profile, it's gonna suit most players. You're not gonna be upset by that if you had the Verva.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, interesting. Vervi down here, green.
First impressions?
Porto. I think that's where I'm going. Porto colours. The old green and white football team. As a bat, I think in comparison to the Psyche, I'm just thinking more wood down the bottom and then all the way up. So for me, this could be quite interesting. And maybe it has pushed it a little bit that way. So perhaps I'm going to like this.
Yeah, that was a good start.
Well, I'm going to stop there because so far I've been pretty rubbish. It is nice. It's a nice bat, this. I do like the shape of it. I do like that's come off the bat really well. Yeah, I quite like this. I would be tempted, you know. I'd be tempted away from it. Oh, I thought we were going back foot there, ladies and gents. Yeah, I could be tempted away from this little one. I could be tempted to this one away from the Brava. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I should stop there because otherwise I'll bat all day. For me, that is the shorter version of the Brava. That's how I would go with it if somebody was stood in front of me in the shop. Might not be quite so technically accurate, but I think the lower end is where you've got all your wood, so bottom end and the bit of the toe. I think that makes a massive difference to players.
Do you think that's going to be more of a getting on the front foot?
I think you can go up. I think you can go up and down with that off front and back foot, and I do think that's really good. And do you know what? I didn't really notice the short blade, long handle nature of it, which I think is quite telling. Well, I enjoyed whacking a few balls and finding out what these bats are like. I think you probably did too. Right, we've got a couple of new ones and a couple of old favourites. What were your overall thoughts?
I think my overall thoughts are the Gunn Moore bat range and this one for 2025. I don't think you can ever go wrong. They always produce really good quality bats across the board. We've still got the Diamond in the range.
Yeah.
That was in the range last year. Good solid bat. The Manor as well. I know you'll probably talk more about the Brava in a minute because you seem to love that one.
I do, don't I?
Every year.
Yeah.
The Aion for me, I thought was really good, and I really like the graphics in that. And I think they're really quite punchy and striking. The two new ones, they're really good additions. I think whatever happens here, they're two great new additions to the range. The Verva was brilliant. The green is okay in terms of the graphics, but the profile and the pickup and the balance for me was really nice. Likewise, the Psyche as a bat, lovely, felt really good. Definitely would be heading towards that way. Just not sure I can get my head around the stickers.
No, they're a bit out there, aren't they? They are a little bit out there. I like the Diamond. I think you're right. I think that's a really good classic bat for Gunn Moore. The Manor, of course, is the lighter one, so we get that little bit of a higher spine on the back, shorter blade length, and I think that does make a difference too. Gives you that opportunity to put enough wood in it for you. Brava. Well, it is my favourite. I've known that for a long time. I like the fact that it is the standard blade length. You see a bit of forgiveness all the way across the bat, and I really like that. And for me, that's a really good shape. I also think that's a similar-ish. I think they're similar-ish shapes in the Verva and the Psyche. As you can see, you've got a little bit of, just a little extra bit of sort of takeaway there, and a little bit more wood is left in across the top here. You'll keep a good spine for good balance on those two. Like you, I think we enjoyed the Aion, but for me, there wasn't quite enough in it. I quite was surprised by this, and I'm always going to come back to my Brava because it suits my shape. As we always say, you've got to pick bats that suit what you do and suit how you play. But you're right, I think the two new ones are really exciting, and I think that's going to make a big difference to the GM range. I know we're at that stage, aren't we?
We are at that stage, Rich.
Would you like me to go first?
You go first.
Okay, I'm unsurprisingly going to go. I was super tempted by Verva. I really was. I was very close. I was 9 out of 10.
However,
I'm going to go Brava.
Thought you would.
Standard.
We knew that. The gold was on the podium right from the start, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Obvious choice from Rich, clearly. For me, I actually came to, I really like, in the bat review, in the actual testing, I actually got on quite well with the Psyche.
You did, didn't you?
I can't actually get myself past the colours and the graphics. As I said in the thing, that is Marmite. You love it or hate it. I'm probably not loving it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to move away from that one. So for me, it actually comes down to these two. And there is a bit of a difference because you've got, with the Verva, you've got the shorter blade length, slightly longer handle. Traditionally, I would probably go more for the Aion with the slightly standard blade, shorter handle. So that's where I'm torn. I prefer the graphics to this one. So if I could put the graphics on this one, I'd probably choose the Verva.
But you can't, so what are you choosing?
Gonna have to stay with the Verva. Short blade, long handle. I'm going to give it a go. I feel that could, I think it's going to be more of an attacking option for me.
I like it. I think it's a really good bat. And as I said, I was super close to choosing it. So
if I was going traditional and stroke making, I'd be going this one. That's going to suit a lot of people.
Yeah.
I'm going to go a little bit more adventurous this year, and I'm switching to the Verva for 2025.
It's nice. Good stuff. Thanks very much to GM for sending us their stuff. Give us a bit of good chance to have a look at it and have a feel of it, which is the most important thing, because it is different, and we do need that understanding when we always ask you to come into the store as well to check out your bats. If you like the video, please give us a thumbs up. Do make a comment below, and if you would like to subscribe to our channel, that would be marvellous. We have more videos coming out, especially our bat reviews.